a lot of rejection today. I mean, I've never walked up to a guy and he runs away from me.
Yo, what's good YouTube? It's your boy Jayden, dating coach, and in this video today I will help you with rejection. Now, why do I want to talk about rejection? Because this is the number one fear that all men have when it comes to women. Men are not afraid of, I get too many women and that's a fear. No, the fear is rejection, shame, embarrassment, and everything that comes with getting rejected. Okay, that's what men are afraid of. That's why men often don't talk to women or take initiative, because they fear the social judgment. They fear the consequences of getting rejected. Now, in this video today, I want to talk to you about the value of getting rejected and why getting rejected is something super healthy and something really nice and something that's going to boost your life overall. And it's probably the thing that gave me the most confidence and the most self-esteem. It wasn't for me, when I went to do cold approach, what made me grow the most wasn't the successes. It wasn't the sex or the women or the girlfriends, it was overcoming rejection, changing my mind around it, and finding new ways to think about it and seeing how it could be beneficial for my life. Okay? And so let's talk about it. Let's talk about the value of getting rejected, like a true rejection. A true rejection. Because I think not all types of rejection come equally in terms of value. Okay? And just give me a second, I'm going to get my coffee here. Okay? So, got the coffee. All rejections are not created equal. If you are half-assing your approaches, you're not really doing your best, you're kind of like 1 foot in, 1 foot out. If you walk up to girls and you go, hi, I'm John, what's your name? If you're not like really trying, then I think you don't get any value out of getting rejected. To be honest, I'm just going to say that straight up. But if you come in and you're not like, because some guys, you know what they do? They'll see a girl. Let's say there's a shopping mall and they'll see a girl walking around the shopping mall. And they will go up and talk to her. And they will start a conversation. But because there are other people around, they're approaching the girl in a way where they're trying to make it not seem like you're approaching her. You're trying to like not be seen as somebody that's approaching the girl. So your approach ends up becoming shit. Like the girl can't tell if you're interested or if you want to be her friend. You might just become the best friend, like a guy best friend, because when you do approaches that way, you play it way too safe, and then you end up not triggering attraction, right? And so when you play to win, that's really what I'm trying to say here. When you play to win, you approach the girl, and when I approach a girl, doesn't matter wherever it is, it can be in a bar, supermarket, on the street, I'm trying to make it seem like I'm actually approaching her. Like I'm owning the approach. Like, yeah, I'm a man, she's a woman, she's beautiful, I want to talk to her. Like I'm owning the approach. I think step one to getting a true rejection is owning the approach. Like, yeah, I'm actually walking up to her to talk to her. Then when you walk in, you take space, you hold eye contact, and you let your voice go. Hi, I like your style. What's your name? You look beautiful. You look nice. Or maybe girls walking with AirPods in and you're like, hey, what are you listening to? You're not like approaching her, hi, like this. You're like owning what you're doing. Like, yeah, I'm doing the approach. And then you're actually trying to flirt with the girl and you're actually trying to ask her out. And then if you get rejected while doing that, okay, while actually going for it, while actually playing to win, that's when you're going to get the most value, because you will feel good that you did it. It will build your self-esteem, not break yourself down, okay? And also, you're practicing to do game in the proper way. Because if you don't own what you're doing, you can't do proper game, okay? Because a girl wants a guy who's comfortable in his own skin. If you're not comfortable in your own skin, you're not basically not owning what you're doing. That's all it is. Being comfortable in your own skin is owning, yeah, I'm here. Yeah, I'm talking to you. Yeah, what's up? You know, yeah, this is me. I'm approaching you. Yeah, this is me. I'm talking to you. Yeah, this is me. And I'm asking you out. Like, there's no doubt about it. Like, it is, this is what it is, you know? And then the girl, when she rejects you, there's multiple type of rejections. There's the rejection where you walk up to a girl and she just keeps walking. You try to have a conversation with her. She ignores you, keeps walking. There's the rejection where she says, no, thank you, or I have to go, or I'm sorry, bye. There's the type of rejection. I don't really consider this a rejection, but you know, sometimes girls say, I have a boyfriend. And in my opinion, in most cases, they do actually have a boyfriend, you know? And, you know, so I don't really see that one. I don't view that one as a rejection where girls say, oh, thank you, but you know, I have a boyfriend. You know, like I'm seeing someone. So what are the harsher rejections? Where she looks at you up and down and she goes, nah. Where she ignores you. When she doesn't want to talk to you, when she says, no, thank you, I'm not interested. I think those are the harsher rejections that you're going to have. But there are beautiful lessons learned in these rejections. I'll never forget one time I was in Stockholm. And again, rejections is really my biggest confidence builder. And again, rejections from an authentic place where I'm actually owning what I'm doing. I never forget, I was one time in Stockholm. I was like 20 years old. And I approached this girl, or like this group of girls in a club. And I approached her, I said hi, I was taking up space, I was looking her in the eyes, and I got to about 10 seconds in. The girl had a smile, so I got to that point, like 10 seconds in. Her friend that's chubby comes right around the girl and basically starts to cuss me out. Like, calling me this, calling me that, just going crazy. And I just walked off. 3 months later, I go to another club. And I meet this girl in the club. She was a known face in the city. I talked to her a couple times. And then she was basically introducing me to girls in the club. And she introduced me to this chubby girl because she was there with a new group. And so what I did was I said hi to the chubby girl's friend and then the other friend. And then when it was time to say hi to her, I said, I don't want to talk to this one. And I skipped her. And I went to talk to her like third friend to introduce myself. And I just ignored her because I remembered that she was just cussing me out for no reason. And I was like, yeah, forget about it, you know. Doesn't matter, just a girl. She wasn't a girl I wanted to talk to anyway. I wanted to talk to her friend. I just let it go. And I never forget. I went to the smoking area to take some fresh air. And she approached me in the smoking area. And she said, hey, can I talk to you? And I was like, about what? Like, there's nothing to talk about. And she said, I'm really, really sorry for my behavior. You know, a while back, I'm sorry for my behavior. I was drunk out of my mind. And I remember, you know, that I was screaming at you. But I want you to know that I felt really bad about it afterwards. You know, and if it's any like help or anything, you know, like let me buy you a shot, you know. And back then when I was like 20 years old, I wasn't really drinking. So I said, hey, don't worry about it, forget about it. Like no issue. Left it. Couple months later, I see the same girl again. It's Halloween now. And I met her in a club, random club again in the city, the chubby girl. And she basically saw me in the club, came up to me, gave me a hug, introduced me to all her friends, bought me a drink. You know, again, I wasn't drinking alcohol, but I took like an orange juice or something. And actually, she made the beginning of that night really good for me. Another time, I was in another club, again, around the time when I was 20, 21. And I went to basically to the same club twice in a night. And, you know, the first night I approached this blonde girl, and she basically was very rude to me. And I let it go, just because I approached her in an authentic way, because I thought she was beautiful. I was taking up space, looking her in the eyes and owning what I'm doing. And she was basically just mad at me or mad at the world or whatever. And I just walked off. I said, oh, have a great night. And I walked off. The next day, I came to the same club again. So I went Friday, and then the next day was Saturday. So I went to the same club again the next day. And the next day, I saw the same girl. And I decided to challenge myself and walk up to her and approach her again. And I walked up to her and said, hey, you look really nice, love your dress. And she was so happy to see me, and I didn't really understand why. And so I talked to her for about 5 minutes. And then I said, were you here yesterday? And she goes, yeah, I was here yesterday. And I go, oh, but like, I talked to you yesterday and you were so like pissed off and like telling me like bad words and shit. What was that all about? And she legit goes, I don't remember doing that. I was really drunk yesterday and I really don't remember doing that. And then I said, okay, forget about it. And I tried to pick her up again. And I think in the end, it didn't turn out to anything and I never saw her again. But at least we had a 30-minute fun conversation. We danced a bit and that was it, you know. And she couldn't remember the day before. I remember my first girlfriend. I met her on the street. And we went on a date. Next day, day after that, something like that. We went on a date. We had like 7 hours of walking and drinking and talking. And we came back to my place. We made out. And we didn't end up hooking up. Like, we just made out. And I went out, I tried. But she wasn't down that night. And I ended up walking her back to her place. And the following days, I tried to text her, and basically I was trying to set up a new date. And she went, you know what? I'm not really feeling the chemistry. I don't think you're the right guy for me, whatever. And, because of my previous experience of just being hardened, from years of going out and not taking things personally, and this is really what this video is about, I just went, well, and she also said at the end of the message, but if you want to be friends, we can be friends. And I said, no, thank you. I'm not really interested in being your friend. But I wish you all the best. And I hope you have a great stay in the city. And I gave her a big smiley, smiley face. So like usually when girls like reject me or they try to treat me bad, I just smile and I go, hey, I wish you all the best. Have a great night, or, have a wonderful stay in the city, and I just walk off. And so I basically did the same thing over text message. And she ended up replying, oh, thanks, you too. And that's it. And then I never talked to her again. And then 2 weeks later, I'm sitting, I kid you not, and this became my first girlfriend in my life. I'm sitting in a subway with one of my game friends, basically. I'm sitting in a subway and, sorry, I got a message from my bank, so I got a bit distracted. But I'm sitting in a subway and we're eating Subway sandwiches, me and my friend, me and my homie. and we're just hitting the streets, and we took a break. You know, we were talking to chicks, and we just sat in Subway. And all of a sudden, I get a message from that same girl, my first girlfriend. Hey, how are you doing? What are you up to? What are you doing? And I just go, oh, I'm eating Subway with my friend, you know, but he's going to go home soon. Would you like to have a drink? And she goes, yeah. So we go, and we go, we drink beer, we drink wine. And again, I didn't question it. So she hadn't said anything to me for 2 weeks. I hadn't said anything to her for 2 weeks. And then out of the blue, she said, hey, how are you doing? And I turned the how are you doing into a meeting. And so we met up the same night, like, you know, an hour and a half later or something like that. And we ended up having drinks and having fun. And we went up, going back to my place, and we hooked up that night. She ended up sleeping over. And, you know, there's a little bit more to the story, but she became my girlfriend for 2 years. And I think if I wasn't like, so like, oh yeah, don't worry about it. And I think what makes me go, hey, don't worry about it, hey, I wish you all the best, is because this is the proper way to handle rejection. I'm a man and I stand on business. I walk up to a girl, you know, shoulders, you know, back, chest out, looking her in the eyes. And I'm like, yeah, I'm communicating desire to this woman. And I'm asking her out. And if she shuts me down, I go, well, thank you so much and have a great day. Or, you know, I wish you all the best. And I walk off with a smile. Because I can sleep good at night knowing I did it for real. You know what I mean? And then girls, they really appreciate that. I've gotten so many girls coming back to me or being positive to me later when they were negative to me in the beginning, and I didn't take it to heart. And I went, oh, hey, you know what? Take it easy. Have a great night. You know, wish you all the best. Much love. Take care. And I just go about my business, talk to other girls, have fun. And there's so many girls that came later, like I ran into them again, and they go, wow, I'm sorry. Or, you know, I meet them to a friend, or I meet them in another situation later. And they just go like, wow, fuck, man, this guy's cool. And when I mean cool, like, wow, he's ice. Like, wow, like, holy shit. And I ended up hooking up with a lot of girls from being non-reactive. Just being like, oh, I wish you all the best. Don't worry about it. You know, take care and just go about my business. And then later they'll text me, or I'll run into them somewhere else, and they're not nasty again. But if I reacted to them and I stooped down to their level and I was pissed off, they'd remember that forever. Because I had girls too in my past where they rejected me and I was like, well, I'll fuck you too. And they remembered that shit forever. They were pissed off 5 years later. I run into them 5 years into the future and they're still mad, you know? Because girls never forget. They never forget. But if you treat them with kindness when they're like pissed off at you, or like, you know, for no reason at all, you're just being a man, wanting to talk, and they're just, you know, rejecting you, and you just go, hey, don't worry about it. Have a great night, have a great day. And you just leave and you go talk to other girls. They really respect that. And that's what the video is all about, you know? And so that's all I wanted to say. Like, this is how you conquer rejection. Like, I literally laid it out in this video. If you like this video, like the goddamn video, comment down below, subscribe. And if you need a deeper dive into rejection, you can book a one-on-one call with me on my website, or join my 2-month-long online mentoring program where we go over conversations, rejections, and how to set up dates and how to actually get laid. Link at the top of the description. All I had to say in this video, my friends, I wish you all the best. Take care.